Welcome back, everyone, to another installment of this series. I just watched a TikTok video, and it was good. It was really good. I wanted to talk about it. I'm not the original post of this person. The person who made this was a Cosmic Dad author, and they said a lot of things that I will not be able to retain in my brain. um, but they put the gist of it in the description of the video on TikTok, and I just kind of wanted to read this from Cosmic Dad author. It says, Day 16 told my teenage son that stress comes from mental time travel. He thinks there's something wrong with me. I've never been thinking more clearly. Stress comes from time traveling in your mind. Depression is thinking about the past. Anxiety is thinking about the future. Remember, time doesn't exist. There is no past or future, but your mind keeps traveling to these imaginary places, and that's where all your suffering lives. Stay in the present moment, and the struggle disappears. Most people spend their entire lives mentally living anywhere except right now, the only moment that's actually real. They replay what's over, rehearse what hasn't happened, and completely miss what is happening. This is why you feel stuck, anxious, or depressed. You're living in time that doesn't exist. The present moment is where peace lives, is where clarity lives. It's where you actually, life is happening. These truth bombs come from the Quanta Chronicles, my trilogy exploring consciousness, quantum physics, spirituality, and the natural of reality. And I loved that. So often I'm in my mind, stuck in my head, thinking about things I've done in the past, the cringy moments, the things that make me kind of regret so much of who I was. But the thing is that's proof that I've grown. If you look at your past and you feel cringe about what you've done, or you feel bad, or you no longer wish to justify who you were, you're not that person anymore. You're not the person who idolized that. You weren't the person who thought that was funny anymore. You're not the person who feels that you need to justify anything. You feel ashamed of it. And that's proof that you've grown. I once made an episode on here talking about how I came up with the Discord server, The Loaf, and how it was related to a live stream joke that I made. And I laughed at the joke, but truth be told, I don't find it funny. The joke. It was kind of not me anymore. And I rewatched that episode from this series of me recanting the joke. And I can't help but cringe at it. Especially the fact that I was still laughing about it. Because I know it wasn't funny. It wasn't a good joke. But yet I laughed. Was it because I was reminiscing? Was it because I wanted to? So often I laugh at things that I don't find funny, as more of a response than rather enjoying. So often I think back on things I've said and done and just really wish I didn't say anything. More often, I've noticed the best solution is to not say anything. The best thing towards a reaction is to not do anything. To be still, to not say, to not do. Because more than half the time, by trying to fix something, you only make it worse. Now, of course, I'm not saying don't take initiative. Don't, try to make amends or apologize or take responsibility. You should. You should always strive to seek out peace. You should always strive to be better. But don't dwell on it. Don't work yourself to being better and then look at the past and try to dig up what you've done. Don't try to linger on what has already happened. By looking back like that, you're not really accomplishing anything. You're just only reminding yourself. You're just suffering. And don't think about the future. It's not here yet. I love what they said, how they presented it, because it more often I forget. I make a dumb decision in my life and I will make amends. I will apologize to the person I've done wrong. I will never do it. There's things I've done 20 years ago that I still think about. Even though, I don't do those things, right? 20 years ago, God, I was what? 14? 14 years old? A teenager doing stupid stuff. And I think about it often, about how I was when I was 14, how I thought I was cool. Telling my dad, forget you. I'm trying to clean my language, by the way. I'm trying really hard not to cuss anymore, because that's another thing that I cringe at now. Before, I used to find cussing funny. It's not that funny. I could see why people cuss though, because it's a great outlet when you're angry or frustrated or stressed, but I really want to start living a more wholesome life. I'm tired of living my life as a vulgar person, and I say a lot of jokes back then that sometimes I will reminisce on, and I shouldn't reminisce on those feelings. I shouldn't look back in fondness. I should always look back and cringe, because I want to constantly be better. And what I liked about this is it's true. When you live in your head like that, when you're constantly focusing on your past actions or things that haven't happened yet, or overanalyze something, you pretty much run yourself into the ground. You're your own worst enemy by doing that. And when I saw that, I really wanted to share it. I wanted to also make sure that person got full credit for what they said, because it's not me, right? That's not my quote, but like, I resonate with it. I completely agree with it, and I just really hope that this message reaches out to someone else who is also going through this. And just, you don't need to overanalyze this episode. You just need to just think about it. Just take the moment to sort of realize that you should be able to forgive yourself. Now, of course, when I say forgive, right, because a lot of people forgive for things that happened, right? You tell someone, oh, I forgive you, it's fine, I forgive you. But that also means you have to let it go. I'm not saying forget it. Definitely remember, because you're going to want to remember those things so that you don't fall into those traps again that they produced. They lied to me. Well, I'll forget about it. Well, that just gives them a chance to lie to you again. But you have to let it go. Because when you forgive someone, including yourself, you're doing it for yourself. Harboring that feeling towards someone, when you say you forgive them but you don't let it go, you're only affecting yourself. When you sit down and you become angry at someone, that doesn't affect them. That only affects you. You are literally drinking your poison. You're like, if I hate them long enough, then maybe it'll get them. It'll get back at them. But you're just harming yourself. That you stewing and hating them is not going to do anything. They're going to go on living their life, and you're going to be the one that's going to suffer. So when you forgive, including to yourself, you have to let it go too. Otherwise, you're just going to harbor it. You're just going to carry that on with you. I just really hope that when you hear me say stuff like this, it's not being taken out of context, and it's not like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. I I'm just sharing my thoughts, man. I'm not here trying to educate or to uh, tell you what to do with your life. These are just my personal opinions. These are just my thoughts. And I enjoy sharing my thoughts to put them somewhere. But I really do hope that this does reach someone that needs to hear it. Thank you for listening.